Hi everyone. In this video we will solve a function equation. Solve for f of m equaling -10 given the function f of m equals 3m squared plus 17m. We're using function notation f of m, meaning that this equation here is a function. It would pass the vertical line test, or it also upholds the definition that every x has exactly one y. And that's all it is this equation is saying that it is indeed a function. And our input is the variable m. So when we were given f of m equals -10, for our entire function f of m, we can replace this with -10. So replacing f of m with -10, we end up with an equation that says -10 equals 3m squared plus 17m. Our goal is to solve for the variable. And to solve for this variable, seeing that I have a squared, I would like to use a zero product property, meaning I should get rid of the 10 on this side of the equation and add it to both sides, making this 0 on the left equals 3m squared plus 17m plus 10. Now we can use the zero product property by factoring the right side of this equation. So we will do the AC method, A here and C here, multiplying 3 and 10 together, giving us 30. A and C give us 30. And we want to find all of the factors of 30, starting with 1 and itself. Then we move up the number line. So 2 does go into 30 15 times. 3 also goes into 30 10 times. 4 does not evenly go into 30, but 5 will, and 5 times 6. Now that I've reached the numbers that are right next to each other, I'll go up the numbers in the same on this side, and so I'm all done. Now we are looking for a combination of those factors that will give us a positive 17. We look at the signs here, positive, which means that the signs will be the same. That's what this one means, that we will have the same signs for our two factors. And the positive in front of the 17 tells us that those same signs will be positive. So I can go ahead and fill in my entire factor chart over here with positives, and now find the combination that will give me positive 17. Positive 2 plus positive 15 will indeed give us positive 17. That means I will replace 17 with 2 and 15. So our middle term is now 3m squared plus 2, and we keep the variable m, plus 15m, so that we use both of these factors that we found. And we still have the plus 10. It's also still equal to 0. Now that we have 4 terms, we factor by grouping, which is always the next step in the AC method. The first two, the only thing that we can factor out of both of those, the greatest common factor, is m, leaving us with 3m plus 2. So we've divided both the first and the second term here by m. And then we can see that it crosses out here, and one of them will cross out here, leaving us with 3m plus 2. The next two, the greatest common factor is a positive 5. So we'll divide both of these by positive 5, leaving us with 3m, and 10 divided by 5 is 2, so we get plus 2. We now have two very large terms here, and we're looking for the greatest common factor again, which is the binomial 3m plus 2. So we're dividing both of these terms by 3m plus 2, which factor out, and we are left with m plus 5. And this still equals 0. Now, using the zero product property, we set each of these terms equal to 0, or each of these factors. So we break it into two equations, 3m plus 2 equals 0, and m plus 5 equals 0. On the left equation, we're going to subtract 2 from both sides, leaving us with 3m equals -2, and then dividing both sides by 3 leaves us with m equals -2/3. And the second equation, we'll subtract 5 from both sides to isolate the variable. So we get m equals negative 5. We have two solutions for this function at m equals negative 2/3 and m equals negative 5. Going in order from the smallest to the largest, let's go ahead and list those as negative 5, comma, negative 2/3. Some may say that because this is a function, and a function means that every x value has exactly one y value, and we ended up with two x values. These are two different x values, and while they do give us the same y value of negative 10, they only give one y value each. So it still holds true that it is a function. And we're all done. We have solved this function equation for f of m equaling negative 10.